Get ready.
Welcome back to another video where today we're focusing our attention on the wizarding world of Harry Potter at Universal Orlando Resort and uncovering some hidden gems you might not be aware of. Before we get into the video, we want to quickly ask you to subscribe if you haven't already and like our video if you enjoy the content, as it really helps us out. Anyway, let's get into it. In 2010, Universal Orlando Resort made one of its biggest statements to date, while also letting everyone know how committed they were to being the best. This of course was the opening of the first Wizarding World of Harry Potter land, Hogsmeade, located in Islands of Adventure. Universal then further capitalised on the positive reception Hogsmeade received by opening a second land under the Harry Potter marquee in 2014. Only this time the land was themed around Diagon Alley and was located in Universal Studios Florida. With so much to see in both these lands, we couldn't blame you for missing out on some things. So we're going to highlight our top 8 hidden gems you may have missed, so sit back and get ready. Number 8. The upstairs window of 12 Grimmauld Place. Our first hidden gem can be found just outside the entrance to Diagon Alley. As you enter the land, one of the first things you'll see is a row of houses, which at first glance don't really look like anything out of the ordinary. However, if you take a second look, a little closer this time, you might just notice a couple of things that make it a little more interesting. Firstly, one of the houses is actually 12 Grimmauld Place, which Harry Potter fans will know as the address of Sirius Black, the once perceived villain turned hero and Harry's own godfather. Secondly, and the real hidden gem here, if you look at the second floor window of the house, you should see a house elf peek out every couple of minutes. This is Kreacher, the resident house elf of 12 Grimmauld Place. This hidden gem may require some patience, but in our opinion it's a real novelty and a nice touch by Universal. Number 7. Gringotts Money Exchange. You might remember this hidden gem from our Hidden Gems video for Universal Studios Florida. If not, then you may not know that it's possible to exchange your Muggle money for Gringotts banknotes. Gringotts currency can be used across both the Wizarding World of Harry Potter lands, and if you decide not to spend everything, they also make for great souvenirs. What makes this whole experience even more authentic is the interactive goblin bank teller that guests can actually ask questions to and get some pretty amusing answers in return. To be fair, his answers are usually on point and relate back to the questions.
Did you have a question?
How's business?
Very good.
Pretty smart for an animatronic if you ask us. In case you didn't know, the Money Exchange is a very small building down the alley opposite Gringotts Bank. This is one of the easiest hidden gems to miss, but a must do for any hardcore Harry Potter fan. Number 6. The Leaky Cauldron sign. Our next hidden gem comes from the Leaky Cauldron in Diagon Alley. Many viewers may know the Leaky Cauldron as one of the most prominent pubs or restaurants from the Harry Potter series. The Universal Studios version aims to recreate this through impeccable theming and attention to detail. For people who have eaten at the Leaky Cauldron before, you may have noticed how dingy and run down the pub looks from the outside, and then equally how old but impressive it looks on the inside. But while you're busy admiring the theming and effects both outside and inside, you may have missed one of its real hidden gems. If you look at the ground below the Leaky Cauldron sign, you might notice a puddle, or at least that the ground is a little wet. The reason for this is that the cauldron that the witch is stirring actually does leak. If you stand beside it for a couple of minutes, as opposed to standing under it, which we wouldn't recommend, you should see drops of water falling from the sign to the ground. Again, this is only a small detail, but it's the small details we really love. Number 5. Jaws in Diagon Alley. The location of Diagon Alley in Universal Studios used to be home to a classic Universal attraction, Jaws. This attraction is sorely missed by many of its fans, but Universal ensured to include some obscure references to the attraction in Diagon Alley itself, as a sort of homage to the now defunct ride. For example, in the window of the apothecary, you might spot a set of Jaws teeth. The shrunken heads in one of the windows in Nocturne Alley sing, "Show me the way to go home." The song features in a prominent scene in the Jaws movie. In another scene of the movie, Quint recites a famous line saying,
"Here's to swimming with bow-legged women."
A vinyl recorded of this name by an artist called the Quint Trio can be found in the window of the London waterfront. If you're a fan of the original attraction, you must seek these out. Number 4. You can call the Ministry of Magic. In our opinion, this is one of the more enjoyable hidden gems found in the wizarding world of Harry Potter. The Ministry of Magic is a government body that presides over the wizarding world. What many viewers may not know is it's actually possible to give the Ministry a call near the entrance to Diagon Alley. Next time you're in the park, look out for a red phone box in between the London area of the park and the entrance to Diagon Alley. If you step inside and dial MAGIC 62442, you'll be connected directly to the Ministry of Magic. Sadly, there won't actually be a real person on the other line, but you'll be able to listen to a pre-recorded message directly from the Ministry themselves. We must warn you though, this phone is in the form of an old-fashioned rotary phone, so younger guests may need to watch a few YouTube tutorials beforehand. Number 3. Moaning Myrtle. OG viewers might know this hidden gem from our Hidden Gems video for Islands of Adventure. However, for most people, this is usually a hidden gem you discover at the moment you least expect it. Opposite Ollivander's wand shop in Hogsmeade, there are bathrooms called public conveniences. In both the boys and girls bathrooms, while you're attending to your business, you'll most likely hear Moaning Myrtle's voice echoing around the tiled bathroom.
I never let anyone just little smash in there.
This can cause quite a fright if you're not expecting it, so I guess it's probably a good thing you're in a bathroom already so you don't wet yourself. For non-Harry Potter fans, if you do actually exist, Moaning Myrtle is the ghost of a girl who was murdered at the hands of Tom Riddle, aka Lord Voldemort. Riddle used his snake to commit the heinous crime by instructing it to look directly in the eyes of Myrtle, an act that killed her instantly. Number 2. Owlpost. Moving on from the slightly depressing story of Moaning Myrtle, we turn our attention to our next hidden gem, Owlpost. If you have any postcards you want to send while you're in Orlando, bring them with you to Islands of Adventure in Hogsmeade. There's a shop called Owlpost where you can get Hogsmeade stamps and get your letters and postcards stamped with a special Hogsmeade postmark. This is a fantastic way to send an authentic souvenir home to friends and family. Owlpost also sells other writing equipment such as notebooks, quills, parchment, ink and other bits and bobs. All shops in Hogsmeade are incredibly detailed, and it's worth making the time to stop in and take a look around all of them. Number 1. Hogwarts Castle Tour. Finally, our number 1 hidden gem is actually one Universal don't really advertise, probably because if they did, the demand would be insane. Anyway, if you don't already know, on quieter days in the park you can actually get a guided tour of Hogwarts Castle. The castle already serves as a queue for Harry Potter and the Forbidden Journey. The line will take you through various areas made famous by the books and films, such as the Gryffindor Common Room, Dumbledore's office, and many more. But on days when the park isn't as busy, per request, a prefect is able to personally show you around and tell you trivia and facts about the castle. You'll see all of the areas the queue brings you through, and some areas off the beaten track too. Next time you're in Hogsmeade, ask a member of staff when the next tour is, and they'll be happy to help you out. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to check out our Hidden Gems video for Universal Studios Florida and Islands of Adventure on screen now. Let us know in the comments if you know any other hidden gems we may have missed, and don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already.